Hey again. Now we learn some data structures like hash map, array list, linked list, and array. In this video, I want to apply some of these data structure of the example that we have it before. It was under file name it nested loop. If you remember the nested loop, we did a simple example. We have a two user or whatever number of users. For this, we have just two. The user enter his name, enter where he lives, and enter the number of bits. But we had at that time many limitations, such as the bits, we just add them in single strings. And also we are not able to save the name after the loop. So every loop when the user input the information, we print them. So if you remember this, if I just run it to show you, if you just forget, so this, you just ask me enter the name. For example, I say Jenna and place live in New York, and the bits, so it's required to enter doc. So okay, I have some issue now. Say doc, you say number of input. Sorry, I should input the number of input, not. So the name is Jenna, and the place of lives in New York, and number of bits is 1, and she has a dog only. Okay, and the second one is Rana, and the place of she lives in New York, and number of bits is 1, and she has a cat. Okay, and so you see, if you look here down, you just print it for everyone. So it asks me for the first information, print them. Ask me for the second information, I print them. There is no way for me to save this information before. So what I was doing, I just inside the loop. After I get the information, I print them. Now I want to do some improvement in this code to make it better and better. So what things I could improve this code? Okay, first of all, I don't have to limit the number of bits as we discussed it. I could use linked list or array list to just whatever bits he enter, I could add them in that list, and boom, I'll be fine. This is first thing I could improve it. Second thing, you see the users, I just print them directory. I'm not waiting for the application done to print all the information. So I could improve this one also and save the list of the users in the list or array list or whatever. But what the best data structure, if you look through this problem, what the best data structure you could apply? You see this user have this information, this user have this information. So every user could have multiple, like every user could have multiple bits. User 2 could have also multiple bits. So for me, the best data structure I will use it is the hash map, because I would assume the users will be Unix. So every user will be a key, and his value will be list of the bits. Okay, that's good. So let me start improve the code part by creating a new file, and we will name it improve nested loop app. Okay, or we say improve bits app. Okay, we just improve it. So I will copy whatever I have in the nested loop, and I just move it here. First thing I said I don't need to have the bits as a count. I could just use array list or linked list. So I would define here something, name it val, name it list of user bits, will be just linked list. Linked list is better because linked list is linked list. So linked list of strings. Okay. So this is a first things. So now I no longer need to input number of bits. I don't need bit name anymore. All these get removed. And all what I need to do is just add whatever you want to add in this list. And I don't care. Just say add them. Now the bits should be, I'm no longer using this one, I'm using do while. So I would say do while. So, well, I'm enter bits name or quit to exit, to go next, or next, or next, bit name or next, or type next. this way. So now what I will do, I will take whatever he entered here. So I would assume I have val pit name, whatever the name is, and I add it in the list. When I add it, only if the name is not equal to next. Okay, and I will add it to the list only if the name is not equal next. What my do while will continue as much as is not equal to next. As much as not equal next, I could get pits as much as user enter. Now because I have list of pits, it's easy for me to print all these lists. I just say for now, just for here, I say for pit in pits, list of pits, and I could just print the pit name. I could say pit name in this way. Okay, and I print it. Let me say if now because I'm looking for, so I say if this one list contain a cat, I just improve this part for now. Just I convert it from string to linked list. Okay. So now if I just run it, the first issue I get rid of from in this example is the limit number of pits. You could just enter them, and when you're done, you just say next. We could go to the next user and we remove with some improvement. So the first one, I would say Jenna, and place she live in New York, and the enter pit name or next. I would say suppose she has a dog and she has a cat. She done. I say next to go to the next one. So he printed to me. I say Rana, and enter where she live. I say NY. And I say pit name, I say cat. I'm done, I say next. Good, I did improve that part and everything sounds fine to me now. Now that part is done. Now what's the second part? The second part is these users, I could save them in hash map. So I say var list of users, okay, will be hash map. For me, for now, the hash map will be, the key will be as a string and the value will be as a linked list. If you see, this is linked list of strings. Okay, so the value is linked list of the string and the key is just as a string. Why? Because every user could have multiple pits. So now when the user input his name and he put his all pits, I could save him here in the list. I could say here the key. Now how I would define the key, I would assume just the user with the name and a place to live. There is no two people could have this key. You cannot, I would just assume you cannot live in the same place with same name. Just assume this could happen to people living in one place, but this is my example. And for everyone I add this list of pits. He asked me, he will say, okay, I will do some improvement. Let me see what he could improve. He would use the templates. So now I'm good. Now I have list for loop for everyone. I just read the username, read where he live, I get his list of his pits, and add where he live and his pits and the list that he have it to the list. So I no longer need to print this information for everyone because now I have the list. I could play with the list. So I say, okay, for every key in the list of users dot key sets, for every key, I just go here now. So what you think for every key, what I will have? Let me put that code back to see what I have. So for every key, now the key represent, what the key represent? The key represent two information. Represent the name and the place where he live. Okay, I could just say, okay, user info. I would just print the key, name, and the place live. I'll just do it in this way. I just highlight this one for now. And the pit name, now I have a list of the pits. I could get them from the value. So if you see it here, I could say the value, is that right? For the key. Because every key now has what has a list. So I could get it per list and I could get that array list and I could iterate through them. For some reason I say null savity because you could don't have any pits. Now also this one, if you don't like it in this way, it's a bit hard for you, you could say val. Is this steps not necessary, but just to clean the code, I say list of bits. You could just read it from this one, so you would understand this mean getting list of the bits. And you could just, and this one, same thing. Okay, so now see how nice. After everything done, I could print every user info alone. Just say user info. I just get it from the key, and bam, bam, bam. So if I just run it now, so and see what's going on. Now still I have 2 users limit. We could change it in seconds. Just wait. So I say, he say enter username, I say Jenna. He say enter where she live, I say New York. I say number bit, she has a dog. She has a cat. Next user. So the next user, Rana, and she live in New York. She has a fish. Okay, enter. I think she done. Next, bam. She see what show me. So hey, Rana, she live in New York. She has a fish. Jenna, she live in New York. She has dog, cat. She, if you see, did not order them the same way that you entered because it's hash map. So now I could save information, and I mean I could enter information. Then later on I could use them. One more thing, I no longer need. I don't think I need this loop. I mean, I could say while it is true. So that's not true. That means this loop will continue forever unless some information be changed. I say it will enter. I ask him enter your name or quit. Okay, and here I check. I say hey, if the name dot equal quit, I just break. So this is another use of a break, how we use it. So we did a lot of using things here, break. So now what I did, I say, hey, define list, while true. While true, that means continue, never stop. I ask enter username. If the username quit, I just exit from the while and I go to the next. If not a quit, I will take his name, where he lived, this information, save them and continue. Let me see how I did improve this code. See how we improve it. First of all, we use a hash map. Then we link the hash map to a linked list, which is such an interesting thing. And now the app very flexible. There is no size limited. So enter name or quit. I say Hussein, place live in New York. And I will say pet, dog, and cat. Then I go to the next user. Then ask me, I would say Rana. His name is NY. And pet a fish, and yep, I say next user, Jenna, and Jenna, she has a dog. Oh, I say had a dog. Where she live? Dog? No, she has a dog, and she has a cat. And I say next. Then I don't want to enter anything. I say quit. So show me all the information. If you see user information, Rana, fish, name, and play. I say place live. I say should play. It just takes place live. You just see this one. This is for Rana. She has a fish. Jenna, she has dog and cat. Hussein, see, because she has a cat, told her you have a cat because this one is running now. And this one for the last one. Yep, that's all what I have to I want to share with you in this example. So let's see how we apply that structure, improve the code. Now anywhere placed, any place in the code to get this user, just I say list of users. Here we done. Thank you for watching and see you next.